kind of relationships. I come to Vivian, I tell her, my man is this and this. Then Vivian runs to her man.
Now, you, in your opinion, what is a relationship anyway?
Well, to me, a relationship is a partnership. A relationship is a partnership, period. A relationship, to me, like you've stated, a relationship, I need someone who is my friend.
Okay.
When someone is your friend, you're free with them. You can tell them literally everything.
Someone that I can talk to,
Yeah,
like we talk about
everything.
Everything, politics, weather, climate, the presidential elections, everything. Because I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone who is too serious. A relationship that is serious is a boring one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a boring one. Whereby you talk, hello, how was your day? It was good. How was yours? Good. Okay, good night. What is that?
Well, you're in a relationship with Mr. Serious.
No, it doesn't work. It has to be something playful,
Okay.
something enjoyable, you know. So it has to be something, like I don't know. It's a friendship basically.
Okay, so Vivian says she loves a relationship in which she's free with that person she's dating, someone you can gossip with, talk about everything. For example, you told them today Juni, and you know you're laughing at literally at everything. Yeah, like,
yes.
but all the time you're with this person and all you do is hi, how are you? Okay, you're fine, man. That is too much. So Vivian needs a gospel mate, and when someone is your friend, they give you a shoulder to lean on.
True.
In the bad days, when you're feeling low, there you run to
Person, yeah.
And I want a relationship. To me, actually, the relationship should just be friendship. Like we are free. We are just friends. We are friends. We can play around. We can joke around. We are just free people. We don't judge each other. We are there for one another. Then when one of us goes astray, we can call each other back and like, you know, you did this, it wasn't right. Not necessarily the fighting of, you know, you're fighting, but when you're doing something wrong, this person calls and is like, you know, Cynthia, what you're doing now is not right.
Someone that is not afraid to tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. The communication is okay. I want a relationship where I can be me. I can be me because you're my person. I can't be me with the people I don't know.
Yeah.
So you being my person means I can freely be me.
True.
Yeah. So to me that is it. Relationship. I want to be happy. I can't be in a relationship like I'm in prison. I want to be in a relationship where we are happy people. We can joke around. We can run. We can hug. We can we are friends.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Vivian. Yeah, what do you think is leading to a failure of very many relationships? Like literally every other day you get to hear from someone, from like especially on social media, you get to hear someone crying of, I've been in a relationship for 7 years, then my man out of the blue marries another woman, then excuse me, I've been in a relationship with this and this, and then like why are relationships failing?
Okay, apart from the most common one, the lack of communication. That one people have talked about it over and over and over again. I think it's the lack of accepting reality. Most of us don't want to accept reality, and then let me say if it's a guy, this guy will go for someone that is out of his range, and let's say this person needs a lot of maintenance and everything, and at the end of the day, if the guy does not deliver, the relationship is done. So, and then if it's a girl, with most girls, it could be one, competition. Because Cynthia has a billionaire boyfriend, I have to have a billionaire boyfriend. Because Cynthia's guy takes her on dates, mine has to take me on dates. So if Vivian looks at Cynthia's relationship, and then in this relationship, she goes on dates, she goes for shopping, the guy is rich, guy drives a car, and then I look at my relationship, and it is something, it could be a perfect relationship for me, but because of that competition, I'm not even allowed to enjoy my reality. So I think failure to accept reality, that is actually, to me, it's the major cause of failing relationship. You fail to accept. You will go for, let's say, sports person. Some sports people are in a spotlight. Let's say a rugby player. These are people, okay, yes, they are mad, they have their bodies, every woman dreams of. So you go and watch a match, and then after the match, all these girls come from nowhere. And then, why are you giving that eye? And so all these girls come from nowhere, they overcrowd him. These are fans. Okay. So if you are not ready for that, don't go into it.
Like but if you're not ready for if you're not ready to embrace the
person's reality, then don't go in for it, because at the end of that day you might want to be with this person because he's a rugby player, you want to take that prestige in your peers, but the reality is you're not comfortable with it. So at the end of that day, you're sad, depressed, you're sad, and the relationship fails. Because what's the point of being in a relationship whereby you're only depressed? What's the point?
For starters, why would you be in a relationship that's
depressing you, that is draining
you? Literally sad all the time. I mean, why? For God's sake, why?
And the other issue, still about reality, contentment falls under reality. If you're not content, you as a
with
person,
what you have, with
not
the
just
person
with what you have, with who you are. If you're not content with who you are, because believe it or not, there are girls who are in relationships. Their relationships are amazing, but they are like, I don't have an ass, I don't have anything. Like you're not even finding yourself attractive, but the other person found you attractive. But then you keep on asking,
you're like insecure.
Cynthia is endowed, and I'm like, did he see? Then he came to like. So you fail to embrace yourself in reality. So you carry those insecurities into your relationship. However much this other person tries to show you that you're enough, you're the best, you're everything I need, because you have failed to embrace yourself, that will lead to failure, because you, at the end of the day, you'll not be content. Then this other person will also be tired of showing, you're trying to prove
that you actually,
and then they'll go away, and then that will be the end of I would have been a beautiful relationship. So at the end of the day, failure to accept our reality in the different fields, failure to accept our reality, I think, is one of the reasons that have led to failure of relationships.
Okay. Yeah. So I think, like you said, no one can appreciate you more than you appreciate yourself. True. No one can know how enough you are apart from yourself. You have to embrace you first, and then the other people will
embrace you too. Because me, I always tell people, I am me. I am Vivian, I am Wadi, I am very friendly, I am very Wadi. Naturally, I am the type of person who talks a lot. I have very many friends. I would say I'm social. If I'm in my environment, I'm very social. So before you even say you want me, I will tell you, I am Vivian. I am a bit stubborn sometimes. I'm a bit stubborn. I am very friendly. I have very many friends. Like very many. I find myself in positions whereby some people, I find it easy to talk to people. Yeah. So if you come to me with a bag of jealousy, I always move up.
No, but then Vivian, when you talk of that, it brings me to this. Like, if I'm not saying it's not good to be social, but I think you don't need to be extra. What do you think of a man who is, there are these people who say, there are these ladies who be like, me, my friends are males. Like I find it's easier to be friends with men than women. What do you think of a man who is over friendly to women?
It entirely depends on the person's background.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's always good to do a background check. Because now with my nature, I'm an only garden among 5 boys. Okay. So I grew up a tomboy. Ndoza nachoka around actually campus first year. Those who saw me first year campus know my dress code. I changed somewhere.
Vivian comments down below.
I changed somewhere somehow. But so I find it very easy. I'm one of the people that find it very easy to befriend male than female because of my background.
So how do you
if you find that this person has that kind of background, the man is very friendly to women. He might be a woman's best friend, but loyal. It is very possible.
How do we now come to drawing? How do we come to drawing the boundaries?
Where you draw the line.
Okay, there is being friends with someone, and then there is being extra. So now this your man who is friends with ladies is always flirting with them.
Flirting, then that's not being friendly. It's not. If it comes from hello, how are you? It's come from caring to flirting. That's where I draw the line.
Then I think most people don't know the difference between caring and flirting. So like you find your man says he's friends with ladies, but then there is flirting.
No,
they are going extra.
At flirting is where I draw the line, because now when you get into a relationship, there are some rules that are laid. I believe, me personally, there are
things you shouldn't do while in a relationship.
Yeah, there are
like,
things.
Even if you would want to do them,
yes,
you shouldn't do them, because you're in a relationship and whatever. When you're doing something bad, Vivian, you definitely know that you're doing something.
You will
bad.
feel it that you're
doing something bad. If you're doing good, then the same thing applies.
You shouldn't do something that will make your partner feel insecure or that will threaten their security. You get it?
Yeah.
So you have to now things like phones have destroyed a lot of relationships. Yeah.
Yes.
So phone calls. I can't be in a relationship and I'm receiving phone calls from other people at 10. And the moment I get into a relationship, I announce, by the way, I'm that type of person. You can know when Vivian is in a relationship. Yeah. So I always tell people that most cases when I'm in a relationship, my other phone calls stop at 9. And actually, some even stop at 8.
Drawing boundaries.
It's drawing boundaries because I know after 9 that is my time with my man. You get it? So you can't be calling me at 10 for what?
To tell
me what?
Something. I need a nod of hello Vivian. I need a nod of cake.
A nod of cake?
Yes.
At 10 p.m.
Yes, because something abroad came up and I need the cake.
Send a message. I'll find it in the morning.
I don't have WhatsApp. I don't have SMS.
At 10. Business closes at 8 p.m.
Umana kwacho yagala sente. You want a bottle of wine? You can even call me at 3.
No, because
but my man will kill you.
Yeah, how do you see? Because even when we're advertising our businesses, we tell the business hours.
Yeah.
You can't call me at 10 ordering for cake. No, I am because I'm not going to bake it at 10.
Boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries.
Boundaries in a relationship are very important.
Very
By the
important.
way, lack of boundaries has also led to failure of very many relationships.
True.
People don't know what they're supposed to do. They don't know what to do and when to do it.
They don't know the limits.
Yeah, exactly. So when we're in a relationship, Vivian, what are those things you think we should avoid to avoid the fate of our relationships? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Akazungu.
Well, I think first of all, if you're in a relationship, don't act single.
Okay.
Because
so before we go any further, what someone out there wants to know what acting single is. Because you're single, you're not married to this person.
Acting available. No, you see. No, okay. Let me first clear this up. You mentioned something about not being married, but what are you dating for anyway? Because at the end of the day, we all date with hope of a forever after with this person.
Oh leave the forever alone. When you talk about forever, I feel like I'm forevering right now.
bichukireyo. But I am the person that believes enjoy the now, because you do not know what tomorrow will bring. That person may die tomorrow. You are postponing to show them love tomorrow.
Actually, life is very uncertain.
Very, very. So it may not be the relationship ending, but it could be maybe an accident. Something may happen. You get it. So I am the type of person who says enjoy the now. So even though that relationship, God did not plan it to end in forever. Enjoy that now. So if you're in a relationship, do not act single. Don't act available. Don't act available to everyone.
So
distributing your phone number to everyone.
Hanging out with different
men. And those hanging out with men is not bad, but hanging out with those that have
intentions
hopes, that have hopes and interests in you. That's where the issue comes in.
Okay, so don't act single
when you're in a relationship. So if what was the question again?
The things we are supposed to do to avoid failure of our relationships.
That's one. Don't really act single. And two, I think you need to understand what your person wants. And what they do not want. Who they are was in the friendship stage. Because now you've decided, I want to be with this person. This person is going to be my partner.
But you need to know. A possibility of someone being different as a friend and different as a partner.
As a partner.
Yeah, because now something else has added on what there is. We are friends, okay? But then we are more than friends again.
Yeah, but what was the initial intention? This person initially came for what? A relationship. Then you first became friends, and then you graduated into a what? The initial intention of the friendship was a relationship.
Should be the core value of what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because after the friendship stage is when you decide that, you know what, okay, now I can actually be with this person as a partner. You tell them, there are people that want, that to avoid the relationships, and there are people that want to be called morning, afternoon, evening.
People. Really
your people.
Yeah.
Now, call me maximum, morning and at night. Maximum. Unless something comes up wakati yao.
Me, I think it's okay to call me in the morning to know how my night was. Then during the day, somewhere around there, just to ask if I'm okay.
Do you ever call?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then that's okay.
Do I call? I text. So okay, when I think now when you ask, like you call during the day to ask how my day is, you okay? Then later in the evening we are closing the day.
Yeah, we are closing that day.
But two is okay. In the morning,
morning and evening, because
why you should call during the day is you might not know what this person is going through at the moment at work. You never know, this your phone call might be a reason to motivate this person to do better. But it's not mandatory to do it, but I think it is okay to.
I think that's where texts come in. You might call someone and then they act all brave. I'm one of the people that can break down in a text message, something I can't do on a phone call.
Okay.
You get it, yeah? Because it's very hard to express your emotions on a phone call. Sometimes it's very hard, but thank God for emojis. You
cry.
Can use them, yeah, you can send me a text during the day, I'm having a very bad day. But then calling, you might even divert.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know, but I think I can't express myself better on calls. I express myself better in person when this person is there.
Okay. I'm the worst at that. Okay.
Yeah, texting. Because now
texting.
No, when
personal
conversation. Yeah, it is, because to me it is okay, because I get to see your reaction.
Okay.
Like, how have you reacted towards what I've brought forth? Yeah, so but on a phone call,
I think,
I don't know.
You also pray in order for your relationship not to fail. Prayer is key.
Actually, I think prayer would have been the first point, because it's God. At the end of the day, it's God. It's God that this person is in your life. It's God.
But you also have to present what you want to God. So you just can't
intentions of that.
Go there for. You have to you present yourself.
Okay, so prayer, then knowing what you want,
knowing what the other person doesn't like
in the relationship. Then what was our first point again?
Knowing boundaries.
Yeah. Okay, so what else?
Make sure you're happy. Personally.
My God, if you're not happy, leave.
No, like
Maybe I'll tell you
make
that-
sure you're happy personally, so that you
Yeah,
do not have
you,
to put your
yeah,
entire
yeah.
happiness burden
Yeah,
onto
or the other person. Yeah, that's
because seeking validation from that other person, sometimes the burden becomes too hard for the other person.
Then there are people who are insecure. I mean, deal with your insecurities first before. So
People don't know how to deal with them.
I think you should first date you before dating another person, because when you date, you get to know who you are.
Are you dating?
And then when you now find this other person, it's easier for you to bring you out.
True.
But the moment you don't know who you are, then there is this web you tend to carry your insecurities onto the other person. You don't know the things that make you happy. You get.
So you expect this person to make you happy.
Exactly.
100.
And my God, if you expect your happiness from other people, will be disappointed till the end of till actually Jesus comes back. We don't know.
So you need to be happy. You as a person. You need to love you, because if you don't love you, you don't have any love to give. That you will not have any love to give anyone at all anyway. So if you're happy alone, when you two come together, it will be an amazing experience. But if one is sad, expecting the other person to make you happy, for crying out loud, you're not dating a comedian that they will make you laugh all the time, you know. Yeah. So
okay, so those are some of the things that Vivian thinks we can do to keep our relationships. Prayer is important. My God, prayer is very much important, because it is God and it can only be God.
True.
Pray as much as you can. Draw boundaries. I think we forgot talking about having intentions. Like date with them. You know that people who are actually in relationships at the moment that they are not sure of. Like you're dating someone, where they ask you, say you have a boyfriend, but
there's always a bad.
You're not actually, the moment there is a but, then there is nothing.
Yeah.
You're not sure whether this person wants you. And the other thing, we tend to date people who do not want us as much as we want them.
Yeah.
So the intentions of the relationship, you should have an intention as why you're dating. It might be marriage or fun, but at least have an intention. When it does not turn to marriage, then you're okay, because you're dating for fun. But have an intention as why you're dating this person, and let your intentions be genuine intentions, and let them be clear. Not dating for money, smart dating for sex. If you want sex, go buy. Cool.
Anyway, maybe one last other major thing that has affected our relationships that people should avoid is comparison and social media. Social media relationships, they are perfect.
Yes.
They will go
Has to feed your eyes.
No, you will see a
They
couple.
come trip visuals, then we take the photos and then they upload,
You know,
and then you think
Trip
these
takes
guys-
good pictures of the couple smiling. Then after
Trip
the moment
visuals, the sang at
the moment the camera is off,
I know, right?
they start
That's
talking
crazy.
each other. So let's avoid the competition and avoid social media relationships. I think that's one thing that has really helped me. But now you see some relationships, that this girl goes to vacations, goes to nice hotels, and you're like, yes, and I feel like a message, chichi.
Yeah.
You know,
There are people who are,
You know?
there are ladies, especially us ladies,
yeah.
who are in relationships with men because of who they are and what they have, what they possess,
What they can provide.
yeah, money. And so because this man has money, you can stay, you can take in all the bullshit because of the money, and then you give out the picture perfect relationship,
But at the end of the day, you're crying on your phone. So what's the point?
So Vivian,
Yes.
we've talked about all these other things. Now there is this other question. So when should partners set goals in a relationship, and what goals are there to be set in a relationship? Like, should people have goals, or they should just sex and go out and have fun?
Even sex is a goal, actually.
Oh.
You don't just go for no. No, you prepare for it. I believe you prepare for it. I don't know, since I don't know.
Okay,
those
so
things. No, but okay.
Vivian,
Okay,
anyway,
so I think you have to set goals when the moment you decide that we are in a relationship.
Okay.
This should be like our financial goals, because I believe each and every person has personal goals. So now when you get into a relationship with someone, some of these personal goals will either be shared, because you may find that this person will have to aid you in achieving your goal, because like you said, a relationship is a partnership. You get it? So if it's a business, maybe your partner can aid you financially, or they have these connections that can help you in achieving your goal. Now if this person comes in helping you achieve your goal, it turns into our goal. You know, when you get into a relationship, it stops being mine,
Yeah, and it
goes
becomes
into
our
ours.
we.
And by the way,
Us.
you guys, we are talking about relationships, not marriage.
Yeah.
Relationships.
We are talking about boyfriend and girlfriend,
Boyfriend
not
and
husband and
girlfriend,
wife.
yeah. So especially if you're not dating for fun, if you're dating for a serious reason and your goal is long term, you stop having me and then you have our, because in everything that you will do, you have to have the other person at the back of your head. Before I take
Actually,
this
everything
decision,
you do affects both of
the
you.
other person somehow, somewhere. You get it? So I think they can be either financial goals, social goals, maybe body goals. That could be also a possibility. There are very many goals, but most cases it's a financial goal and then a social goal. And also maybe a mental goal, because some of these relationships it's very important. Some of these relationships can drive you crazy. They can tamper with your mental health very badly.
So Vivian, when you talk about the goals, and you said something about each person having their own goals, and now you're merging your goals together because you're no longer me, you're now our, us, we. So how do we deal with our careers, our personal goals, while in a relationship? Because at the moment we have different goals, we have different careers, but then we have a relationship to sustain. So how do we go about the whole thing? How do we handle this career life, the goals life, and the relationships?
I believe by the time you decide to get into a relationship, you've accepted this person even with their careers. As you personally, I'm sure there are some careers.
Oh my God, Vivian, by the way, let me tell you guys tend to be excited. You find a person, they have their own lives, they have, let's say, their careers, their businesses, their jobs. And then you get excited, you're now in a relationship. These are things people don't talk about. Like I told you at the beginning, here we talk boldly, we talk about things you guys don't want to hear, things that you already talk about. So these are things people don't talk about. I bet like 1% of people get time to talk about their careers and how they're going to go about them in relationships.
And then they go into the relationship and then they actually find out that this person's career takes a lot of time.
And now the relationship becomes toxic.
So if you're the type of person that loves attention, stay away from people that do 8 to 4 jobs, or stay away from people that do 24-hourly jobs, because now with you find people like doctors who have shifts. They have like maybe an 18 hours shift. You may find that 18 hours shift maybe he has only gotten a gap of like 2 phone calls. You get it? So if the type of person, Cynthia, who says you have to be called morning, afternoon, all the time.
No, Vivian, I say it.
No. It's an example. It is an example. So if you're the type of person who loves attention, stay away from people that have those long hourly shifts, because some of the times these people have left this job when they are extra tired. Maybe they have reached their home and they have just fallen on the bed. So take that. If you're not ready to take the initiative of calling, be like, oh, how was your day, what, and if you're not ready for those short conversations,
you're not ready to understand,
stay away from those. You get it? So during the friendship stage is where you get to understand this person's career, their schedules, whether you can handle them or not. Now me, I will tell you, like I said, I'm a fashion tutor, I'm a fashion designer, and then I'm a baker. 2 of these are businesses, and with businesses, especially if you're just starting up like me, because I think my businesses are like 2 years old. I started in 2020, like the baking business, but the fashion had been there for some time. So if those business people know orders can come in at any time, and you never predict how long these orders will take. You may find that I've maybe gotten a cake order for tomorrow, I've gotten it today, and it's a bit complex. So after baking, I'll have to think about the designing process, and then usually the designing process takes a lot of time. If, like I said, I receive my both phone calls after 9, so you find that after 9 I'm decorating this cake, and in most cases my phone is in silent. I don't want any distractions. So if I had told him earlier I am baking cake, he knows. Yeah, he knows. So he knows the times to call. Yeah, so he knows when I'm busy, when I'm not, you know. And sometimes when I know I'm going to be busy. Sometimes when I'm going to be busy, I always tell him, you know what, right now I'm going to start baking, so maybe call me in like 2 hours or something like that. Yeah.
So it comes back to communication and you knowing what you want at the initial stages of the relationship.
The challenge some people face is they always keep the friendship stage, which is very...
Actually, they don't skip the friendship stage, but they don't know what to talk about while in the friendship stage. Most of the people, like, they foresee these things. They don't get time to talk. Like, for example, you've met a handsome doctor, and he has money. And what do you think about is
he did all your boxes?
Yeah, you think you think it's a jackpot. So it's him, he's handsome, he's tall, there's all these things that women want in a man. Yeah. So we don't get now, we forgo talking about things like how is your job, how do you handle that job, how are we going to go about this. Like now when you're already in the system, you start now noticing these things. So these are the red flags we ignore.
Yeah, actually not actually ignoring, the ones we don't mind finding out.
And that's why we're here, the reality beyond. We're here to tell you about everything. So I think when you're, as Vivian said, when you're starting a relationship, when you've met this person and you're building something, kindly talk about all these things. Talk about your career. Tell them what you want, what you do, what you want, what your goals are,
your expectations.
Your expectations. Let them know, and let's see if you can adjust or you can't. And trust me, don't be in a relationship where you're sad. You get into a relationship 1 to 3 months and the relationship becomes toxic. Why? Because these are the things you didn't look at initially. So please.
People tend to be in a rush to get into relationships, and they forget the friendship part. You said sometimes it's complex, but friendship flows somehow. Because I'm sure some of us don't even remember how we even became friends in the first place. With our other friends. So why should it be so hard to become a friend to this person that has actually shown interest? That has intimate interests with you. So you have to first be friends. Oh man, this friend of mine, he's always traveling up country, he's like this, he's like this, he's like this.
You know, when you're friends, even after getting into a relationship, it becomes easy for you to handle the things or talk about the things
they don't come as a shock.
Because you're friends, so you can now go back and talk about those things you didn't talk about. So hey, relationships shouldn't be battlegrounds. You don't need to be in a toxic relationship. You don't need to be. By the way, we forgot talking about we forgot talking about desperation. Most of us are desperate to be in relationships. We are desperate to have people that love us. But like we said, you should love you more the first, and then other people will love you. So if you love you, you don't get desperate for other people's love and attention. If you love you, if you know you, then there is this way your confidence, you know, things will come about the perfect time. You don't need to be desperate about anything.
Speaking about that, some people tend to forget that you have to be ready to be in a relationship. You have to be ready. And if you're ready, you know, I have a cousin sister. Hey Zam, she always says, if you're ready to be in a relationship, or now you're ready to date, I said don't stay in your comfort zone.
Yeah. Get out and date.
She once told me, so now you think your husband will find you in your father's house? Like I was the type of person, work home. You get it? So she asked me, so where will he find you? In a taxi? I go very early to work, and then sometimes I find myself going past 8 sometimes. So I go very early to work, I'm focused for work, I come back too tired. Even in the taxi I'm sleeping. So where will the man find you? So be findable. Make sure you're also dateable. Some of you think that the problem is always with the other person, but if you have dated 1, 2, 3 people, pause,
rewind.
You know, find out. The issue might actually be you, not the other person.
Because you can't always have issues. It can't always be the other
person.
No, it can't always be the people you date. Sometimes that is why I earlier said you should date you. No, you. For example, when it comes to boundaries, my God, ladies have boundaries. Know that I'm this kind of a person, I can take this in, I can't take this. For example, there are people who say, if I find my man cheating, no matter how much I love him, I'm leaving.
I'm done.
I can't take a cheater. Have boundaries. Know what you want. Period. No one will come around to, because if you know what you want, then other people's opinion is just comes in as a top up of what there is already.
So you already know what you want.
That's you. No, you. And you shouldn't be rushed into something you don't want. And when you're ready to date, date. When it fails, come back.
But if you get into desperation,
by
those relationships never last.
Never last, and they're toxic. They're always toxic.
You're happy 1, 2, 3. Some only go for weeks. Yeah, some only go for weeks, and then it's done.
Well, there is a whole lot to start to talk about relationships. We can talk from today up to tomorrow, actually up to the next month. But here we are still here, and Vivian, when should the cohabiting come in while in a relationship?
Stay tuned.